Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to play in the hashtag ABC April 2025 challenge or collaboration, whichever you want to call it, and play with the items for W, the letter W. So their prompt list included washi tape, watercolors, and writing spots. Well, I've been talking about doing something with watercolors, so I have pulled out my watercolor tray here. I had recently gotten in a haul from Dollar Tree, this watercolor book, so I actually have some watercolor papers. So I think I'm going to try to make a background for my upcoming journals that I can cut apart into tags or pockets, or these would probably make great journal cards, nice and heavy. So we're just going to have a play because I really don't know what I am doing. So this is just kind of like a super beginner. All right, so I do have a piece of paper to put underneath here because it's going to get messy. And I have some watercolor pens. And of course, I just dropped a lid. Let's put the lid back on there. I have put some water in them. And I do have a cup with some other brushes in the side. And I've got my watercolor palette here. So I hear that people say to spray these. So I'm going to spray mine. I got a little water bottle. I probably should have filled it up before I started, but that is all a moot point at this point. All right, so my thought is to make backgrounds of just kind of like swooshes or puffs, cloud-like things to go in the future journals. Now I've got the teal that I'm working on, but I think I got enough tags for that, so I might put a little teal color in there, but I've got purple coming up, yellow, orange, and red left. But I'm thinking I'm gonna not do red in this, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do purples and yellows and oranges and maybe some teals, because I think those colors can go well together. So I'm gonna do puffs of color, and then I think I'm gonna come back with one of the darker browns or something, kind of do like a splatter of it, and we'll see how that goes, because again, she's clueless on exactly what she's doing here. So let me get my watercolor tray flat here, because it seems to have been raised up on my glue book. All right, so, and we don't need the scissors. We'll just start with this. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with there's 3 different size nibs on here. So maybe I'm going to start with the bigger one, just because. All right, so I think I'm going to start with the lighter color and do some yellows. Now I don't know if this water thing is gonna be off camera here, but all I'm gonna do, and I don't think I know if it's right, I'm gonna take some of the color out of here, do a little puddle, and do that, and see what I can do. Do I have one piece here? I do have one piece here. Okay, so I'm just gonna, like I said, do clouds of colors, really loose like, and then add, I don't know, I'm holding the cap in my hand. Add some color, get darker as we go here. Okay. All right, so the next darkest color would probably be orange. So I'm gonna mix some of I got this nice bright fun orange here I think I'm gonna try. That's not as orangey as I would like. There we go, it's a little better. Oops, that is the wrong orange. Okay. Change up the way the direction goes, because it was getting a little static there. And I wanted to do smaller, keep going to the wrong orange. I wanted to do smaller, smaller areas. So that when I, cut it out, it had a bunch of color in several colors, and not just, one big splotch of orange here, because then when I go to cut it out, it would be all orange. But I do want them big enough that maybe some of them will lean toward more one color versus another color. Okay, orange. Teal's next, right? I think teal's next. And I'm thinking this one looks a bit more tealy. Let's take that one. Seems like I still have a little bit of orange in my brush here. Just see if I can get some of that off. Okay. Yeah, teal's a pretty color. And I don't mind if these colors like overlap a little bit and change colors. They blend. I think that'll be fine. I think, like I said, we're going to do just a little bit of teal. Not as much. All right, so I guess it's looking a little less like clouds and looking a little more like squiggles. Right? But it's okay. It's okay. Trust the process, right? And by the time, kind of like a masterboard, by the time I cut it down, it'll be tiny. I think we'll be good. Okay. Now, it looks like I'm probably going to have to go back with like more of the yellows or something, because the only other color I wanted to put in here was purple. And I can't imagine all this white background being purple. So, I think I'm going to go with this purple. This one looks like it's a little brighter. That one's darker. That one's pinker. I think we're going to go with this one. And I'll say it again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Just playing, just having fun. And I've said this in a recent video, where I was doing some stuff where I was doing that Tim Holtz folio I had. And I just really wanted to do it because it brought me joy. And I kind of wanted to do this because I thought it would be kind of fun. And it is fun. Is it right? Is it beautiful? I'm going to say no. But it's fun to act like, I'm back in kindergarten again and to play. And if it's garbage, that whole book costs $3. This one sheet maybe costs, 10 cents. And it is what it is. I think it'll be okay. I do. And I got a little birdie in the window. Hi, little birdie. I should be mad at him, though. I had the windows open last night because it was, beautiful outside. And 2:12, chirping away. Like the world was coming to an end and they needed to inform people in the next county that it was going to an end. I'm like, serious? It's 2:12. Could somebody go to bed? Okay, I think I definitely need some more yellow, and I think I might switch to my medium nib here, just to make sure I don't got any purple in there. Now I could mix a couple of these colors together just on the palette too, just to make it be shades of this, but that is well above my pay grade. But I do have this goldish yellow here. It's kind of in between. It's kind of an orange, kind of a yellow. And I think we're going to go back to the teal, but there is a darker teal here. And, oh, hello. That was dark. Okay. And some more of that purple because it's dark and fun. Okay. So this is kind of a mess, but I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of water here. Just see if I can blend a couple of those colors down. And I'm probably working this paper a little too much. But yeah. All right, so we'll let that do its little magic there and put the covers back on these guys. All right, so I want to make some splotches on here, kind of grunge it up a little. So I'm going to take my bigger one and make a pile. I got this dark, looks black, add a little bit of brown to it. Okay, and I don't think those nib brushes are gonna splatter very much, so I think I'm gonna take one of my regular brushes and I'm just gonna add some splatter to it. Well, that's fun. Well, 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 that really changed the look of this, didn't it? Okay. Well, that is fun. So, I think I'm going to let that dry and see how that turns out and make some corrections for the next one. And let's see if we can make another one. I'll probably cut, oops, get my finger in there, of course. I'll probably cut them and see what they look like cut up, because sometimes, like I said, you can't really tell what something looks like until you cut it up. Like, I'm not a fan of this, but I am a fan of that. And if I could figure out how I did that and not that, I probably have to go back and watch my own video to see what I did for that, because that is definitely a lighter look than, and it probably just involved less paint, would be my guess. Yeah, because that's really, really dark and splishy. This is very much more fun. So, yeah. So we're going to go back and watch the video. Soak up a little of that water right there, because it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth, as they say. Just soaking a little bit of it up here. Knocking it back a little. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay. Yes, I am liking that now. All right. Well, I'm gonna let like I said, I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll review the tape, make a call, and we'll see if we can make another one. All right. I gave it time to dry, and I reviewed the tape, and my theory is, or my take back is, if I go over it like once and like let it go instead of working it, trust the process. That's where a lot of these that are nicer came in. It was just a brush and move on. So hopefully I can do that in the future and make it a little bit more ethereal. All right, so let's cut this one apart and see what these end up looking like. And they're 8 by 10. So I'm thinking to cut it in 4s, and 4 by 5 would be nice big pockets. Do I want big pockets? 4 by 5. 4 by 5 could also be a journal card. So let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna cut it in half, and we'll cut it in half. We got only 2 pockets, but maybe I'll cut these in smaller thirds just to see where they go. So 3, 3, and 3 is 9. So what, 3 and a half? 3 and a half is 7, and then 3. Okay, I don't know what I just did there. All right, we're gonna cut this one about in half, which is 2 and a half. Tall skinny tags. Okay, I must have did that at 4. Did I do it at 4? I don't know what I did there. Oh, yeah, tall skinny tags and some pockets and some journal cards. Okay. All right, so the one that I don't like the most, but you know, it's smack dab in the center of whatever this ends up being, so it'll be covered up. And I think the rest will be fun. All right, here's this one. Definitely fun. Oh, I like that one a lot. That could definitely be more purple, and that could be more yellow or teal. I'll cut little tops and make tags out of it. Yeah, those are fun. I definitely like them more cut up. And I definitely like the ones that don't look overworked like this. So yeah, I think we might be heading in the right direction. They're a little warpy still, so I'm going to put it underneath something heavy. And let's make another one. Why not? Okay. Should I make the same colors? I think so. They were fun. All right. Big nibs. Is that the biggest one? No, that's the biggest one. All right. Oh, it's got dark water in there. I'm gonna have to pause the video, and I must have been sucking it up instead of pouring it up. So that's gonna make it muddy. So I'm gonna pause the video and get fresh water for this. All right, I am back. Clean water. That was weird. Like, I just noticed it. Like the other ones that didn't happen to, so I'm not sure what I did to cause that to happen, but all right. So once again, we'll start with the lighter color, and I do like this. All right, so just do it once. Okay, I am back. I had to pause. I had to answer a question from my husband. All right, still trying to not overwork it. I bent the paper coming out of the book, so it's a little bent. I forgot to spray the board. Just thought of that. Probably not too late. Spray the board. Okay. Unbend Mr. Board. All right. Okay, we're gonna stop with the orange and see if we can do some yellow, but I think I'm gonna do the yellow with the different nib. That one seems to have gotten a little bit of a attitude right now. Okay. And hopefully this one will end up being a little bit more ethereal, like I was hoping the first one would be. Okay. All right, let's see if we can add a little bit more purple to this. I think I might do the lighter purple this time. Don't overwork it, Lisa. Work it, work it. They say that when they're doing photo shoots. Work it. So don't overwork it. Don't overwork it. I don't know if I'm coming or going on some of these. But, okay. right, let's see. We got some teals in there next. All right, I think that regular teal I was using before is good. It's a little bit lighter. Okay. I think I might go back and add some more yellows. But that brighter yellow, I did the, or maybe the darker orange. Let's see. I don't want it to get muddy. Add a couple colors together. I think really, just from doing this, I can still see how I'm overworking some stuff, and the splotches are more defined and less less ethereal than I would like. But I think it's just all probably going to be a hand of practicing, of how hard you touch something, how you go about doing that. And I think okay, just put water on there is not what I meant to do. If I had a direction on what I wanted to do, I might have a better idea, but this was, like I said, just all random. Random squiggles, random thoughts. I'm going to blame it on the birds waking me up. Well, this is definitely leaning more toward, this is going to go for the purple journal, that's for sure. My question is, do I do the splotches on this? Because it's such a pretty color, but the splotches on the other one. That could be a fun thing to do as I'm doing this. Just doing a line of color and then following behind it with the next line of color. That could be a fun thing to do. Make it more intentional, less unintentional, like I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm trying to have not have them all go one way depending on how this gets cut, you know, if it goes tall stuff, long stuff, haphazard stuff. All right, I think I'm going to do one little set of teal lines and then call this one done, and maybe splatter. Gotta be careful, this teal's kind of taken over dominance. Which I don't necessarily want it to do. Just trying to spread it out a little bit. Okay. I think it's fun. I think it's like a party. It's a party on my paper. All right, didn't suck up color on that one, looks like, and didn't suck it up on that one. Okay, we're making progress. All right, so I think I'm gonna grunge it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of there's like a purplish dark color here. I think could be fun to add as a suck those bigger ones up a little bit. Okay, less dots, but still a few. And just enough to add a bit of party sparkle. And we're going to let this one dry. And we'll cut this one apart and see how this one looks. So I will be back when this one is dry. All right, I'm back and it is all dry. It definitely has a more dustier color, which I'm definitely a fan of. So I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. Is it perfection? Is it even close? No. I think it's gonna be fun though when we cut it apart. So let me get this out of the way and let me get my cutter. All right, so 10 inches wide, and I think this is where the last problem came in. I was cutting it from this direction when it was 8. So 3.5. Twice is 7, and then that'll leave a 3. So 3.5 and 3.5, and we'll cut these in half at 4, and we'll see what we got. Little journal cards. This is 8. I wonder if I should leave that as a belly band. Tall tag. I think I'll try that. I'll see what it looks like, if I want to cut it or not. All right, 4. Okay. Okay. Fun. Such a party, right? Just a little, oh, I really like that one. That one is very cool. Now that is what I'm going for when I'm looking for these, is just, yeah, I like that. That one's not too bad either. All right, belly band. That's a crazy little party, but that could definitely work. I like it, or even a fun side tuck. So, all right, we'll keep that, and I got the other ones. And you can see these were definitely darker. So I definitely lightened up my hand quite a bit on these. So I'm quite happy. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between how those turned out. Lighter hand, darker hand. So I'm heading in the right direction, I think. All right, that is going to be it for this video. Watercolors. Fun. I enjoy playing with it. So hopefully, if you've got some watercolors and haven't tried them yet, like I had, give it a try. I mean, it really is just a piece of paper. And if you haven't gone to the Dollar Tree recently, go check out, see if you can find one of these for $3. There's 24 sheets in them, so I got quite a lot of stuff that I can still play with, which will be fun. And each sheet got me 5 or 6 times 24. Not too shabby. That's quite a lot of possible tags and background things, pockets, etc. All right, well, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day.